Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. When I last left you guys, we just finished up Chapter 12, and we're moving on today to, as you might imagine, Chapter 13, which is called, I don't know yet, because it won't tell me yet. We'll find out in a second. In fact, we're going to find out right now. It is called A Guiding Wind. That sounds pretty cool. Winds, guide me. Where's that from? Who knows. Here's our battle report from last level. We see our MVP is Jill, probably because she killed the boss. No casualties or irreparable harm. That's such a good word, irreparable, isn't it? I think so. Alright, so we go directly to the battle preparations. Or rather the base, I should say, not battle preps. Is there any point in me building up support bonds? There doesn't look like there's anybody that I particularly want to do that with. Something I'm neglecting to do is actually using Mist, I found out. I actually finished up my hard mode playthrough of Path of Radiance on my own time while I was not doing this. Turns out Mist is actually really freaking good if you train her. But I haven't taken the time to do that in this particular playthrough. I'm probably going to end up not using Risk because he ends up becoming a liability later in the game. Simply because his speed is just so low and he has near non-existent defense. And Mist, on the other hand, actually has very, very good growths, but she does take a great deal of investment to become anywhere near as good in the long run, so kind of a toss-up. We'll see how it plays out. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I do like Risk because he's really great to have early on, but I think Mist is better in the long run, so we will see about potentially trading those out. I think we're going to go with... do I want B rank with Oscar, or do I want A rank with Oscar for support? Earth Affinity is really, really good, and that'll make Oscar and Ike darn near unhittable when they're near each other. Although I can theoretically do the same thing with Oscar and Kieran. So I think that's what I'll probably end up doing. We'll see. Anyway, who we talk to? Let's talk to whoever Youth is. Oh, Daniel is Youth, apparently. Nope, George is the blonde one. They spell blonde without an E, which is interesting. I guess that makes sense. Is that an American thing, spelling blonde with an E? I'm not sure. Let's say there are two ships, and suppose those planks there are planks connecting the ships at 3 different points. Soldiers from one ship will attack the other one. Imagine the defending side has fewer soldiers. If they want to mount a solid defense, what should they do? Obviously, you choke the points. Well, yeah, that's obviously what you would do. It's actually funny because Ike is explaining to you like some of the best tactics for the upcoming chapter, which is funny. They do this a couple different times, I think, through the course of this game. They're like, hey, here's some tactics into your in theory. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. What if they just don't move or don't attack, then they don't get countered? Yeah, that's a great idea. Playing a war game. Come bring some parchment and a quill. We're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons Below Deck. It's gonna be awesome. Gotta imagine that's what they actually did maybe at some point, but who knows. Let's speak with woman, who is Amy. A story? I'd heard they could fly, of course. Gee, I wonder what gave you that impression. Was it the fact that they're birds? I had no idea they could fight. I thought I heard a strange shrieking sound. Have I been too obvious? It's like 15 in this game. Oh boy. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk to Jill since she just got here. Jill's like, well... I cannot allow a Crimean princess and her band of mercenaries to run free where they will. Ike's like, back off, lady. Land is too far for me to reach. He wants to earn some glory on the battlefield. Jill actually is another character that has a great deal of growth in this game. That's probably why a lot of people like her, maybe. Also because of fact she's an amazing unit, but... Take you as far as Begnion. As long as you're on my ship, you will not utter the phrase half-beast. Jill's like, what am I doing here? She does have a little bit of RBF, starting out, to be completely honest. Here we have the three brothers. This is actually kind of funny because they're talking about there's got to be something we can do, like, I don't know. He doesn't really wear armor though, does he? Just except for those shoulder pauldrons. An unstoppable killer attack, something only we can do. He's talking about, if you might imagine, if you've played the series for a great deal of time, the triangle attack. Make it cool. Boy, so yeah, the three of them actually can do a triangle attack in this game. But because we're not using Rolf, it's going to be really difficult to make that happen. Sorry if you were hoping to see that. I'm probably not going to bother. We don't need the Laguz Slayer coming up, so we'll take that off of him for now. We don't need these coins for sure. I think everybody else should be pretty much good on equipment. So we don't need a Laguz Stone on a non-Laguz, that's for darn sure. I'm going to go ahead and use this Draco Shield on Boy just because I would not mind him having a little extra defense. Looks like he's capped his HP. 40 is the cap for an unpromoted fighter, apparently. That's quite good. Oh, I have a ward staff. I totally blanked on that. How did I forget about that? Probably because I haven't played this in 9 months. We don't need another coin on Kieran either. I probably could just... No, we're going to let Marcia go ahead and keep training up a bit. I think this next level will be a good opportunity for her to get some fighting and training in. We will see about that. A Kniff. Bulk is going to be essential this coming up this next chapter. Do I keep the Laguz Guard on her? I think I do. I think that's a good idea. Maybe more lances she can use? Nope. She doesn't need a javelin though. I might need to go buy one of those. I don't have any spares. Yeah, Leith does have a Bjork Guard. I was right. Okay. I might trade over to... Is it too late to switch over to Zyhark? Probably. That's alright. If Mia doesn't end up being super great, I'll probably just stop using her. To be completely honest with you guys. What about Soren? Do I need any magic tomes on him? Nope, nothing to pick up. Alright. Why don't we visit the shop with Jill? Maybe they have a javelin for sale. Hey, they do. Fantastic. Not a sword. Javelin, please. This goes to Jill. Really wish she could use axes already. That would be amazing, but sadly she cannot. I don't think we need a whole lot else for anybody else. We could forge something for Jill in the way of a custom weapon. I actually wouldn't mind that very much. And then if she's not using it, we can give it to Marcia instead to use. Why don't we do that? Why don't we forge a weapon for one of the two of them? We'll start with Jill, actually. Shop. How much money do I have? I actually don't know how much money I have. We'll find out. Oh, 21,000. That's plenty. Let's forge a lance. It will be a... Oh, I can forge a custom throwing lance, can't I? That would be pretty swank. It's cheaper than a steel one at base 2. Wow, a slim lance is more expensive than a thrown one? That's odd. Let's make a custom javelin. Why not? 25 uses? Why not? Make it based on that, and we'll just jack that power all the way up, and let's jack the hit up a little bit too. By a little bit, I mean a ton. That's an expensive lance, but you know what? I think it'll work. I think it'll pay for itself in the long run. The nice thing about Path of Radiance is you get an absolute fart ton of money in this game. Like, it's not even funny. You get so much cash. We're going to go ahead and make this Super Javelin. As for what to call it, that's a great question. I don't have a clue. Oh, who knows? Gradivis seems a little too opulent, doesn't it? Like, I don't know. You got any good ideas for weapon names? I really didn't think this through, did I? That's alright. I don't think this through ever because I just don't like to think very much. Let's call it a No, I'm thinking of not Rumpaya, right? That's not the throne one. You know, we're just gonna call it Rumpaya because I'm unoriginal and I don't care right now. I think it's how you pronounce that or spell it right. This is from Echoes, by the way, if you were curious. We'll make it green because green looks cool. Give that to Jill. Again, I don't think she'll need it as much as Marsha will in the long run, but Marsha's much faster right now. So I think she can deal with the doubling aspect better. Alright, let's go ahead and save and get into the chapter proper. This is a fun one. I actually like this one quite a bit. Might be a long episode. We'll see. Someone here claiming to be an envoy from Begnion. That's cool. Huh. He's got a point. Huh. The Empress would consider an envoy to a nation she must consider beneath her. Interesting. Planning something. Clothing it in sweet words will not hide its bitterness. That is basically Soren's mantra in general. He's just very blunt and direct. He's like, what's the point of trying to dance around and sugarcoat it? Just get straight to the point. I will try to be more diplomatic. Princess Lindsay is very shrewd. Oh, here we go. We have Tanith. She is Deputy Commanding Officer of Begnion's Holy Guard. Tanith is awesome. I like Tanith quite a bit. The Apostle has come here to meet with you personally. Wow. I am to take you with me to meet her. Surely the Apostle has better things to do. We have a Pegasus Knight, it would seem, here. Birdmen. Crows, most likely. Commander Sigrun. Oh, Sigrun's awesome, too. We aren't sure where the Apostle is. Well... Why can she never just stay put? So Tanith has to go save her Empress, and we'll be back later. Something has happened. They're under attack. No, it's the Ravens. Why don't we lend them a hand? Are you feeling okay, Soren? Give them a sound thrashing. I love Elincia so much. She's amazing. Alright, so it looks like we have a pirate ship that's boarding the Empress's ship, if it's to be believed. Here we have the Holy Guard engaging with some burbs. There are human soldiers aboard. Cut them down. Sounds like a plan. Let's do that. Looks like they are very heavily outnumbered. Who is this? Passengers of House Damiel. Her name is Astrid, by the way. Apparently she is of nobility, but she was once a knight of Begnion. It's Gatry! Apparently he took a contract to protect Astrid, and there's probably a very good reason for that. Probably has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman or anything. No, Gatry, I'm sure, just took this job out of the kindness of his heart. Oh no, there's more! We're doomed! We're saved! We don't know who the heck you are, but thanks! The Apostle is below decks. Until the Holy Guard arrives, we need to defend the entrance to the ship's cabin. So this is a defense mission, which is fun because we start nowhere near the objective, as you can see there. Alright, let's see who we're going to bring. I think we'll just bring the usual here. Oh, geez. Why don't we bring a second healer? Just because that sounds effective. Oh, I could bring 2 thieves, too, because now I forgot we have Soth now. Even though Soth has literally nothing in the way of anything. Soth, by the way, is kind of useless because he doesn't promote in this game. Although he's very good at being a thief, I guess, and he doesn't charge you money to open chests like Volk does. But we're just going to stick with this particular team. I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit here so I can see better. And we'll leave the flying folks to the side because they don't need to cross the bridge. I think we get Jill... Whoops. We get Jill closer than Marsha, actually. Now, there's a bunch of treasure chests on this map. Like, a bunch. I think there's like 6 or something. Might even be more than that. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look here. Let's see. We got 2 right here. We got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And 2 here. So there's 7 treasure chests on this map. And we have a 10-turn defense, so we need to get all 7 before those 10 turns run out. It is possible. It's just, you gotta be really careful and make sure you play correctly. So let's see here. It's gonna be a little tricky, but I think I can pull it off. So, Volk moves, what, 7 spaces? Yeah. So I actually need to put him right in front, unfortunately. Sounds a little dumb, and it kind of is, but I think we'll be okay. We're gonna put Kieran back here. Yeah, this looks good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and save real quick. And get fired into it. Is that a thing people say? Fired into it? Like a cannon? People don't say that, do they? I'm just making up stuff. I've been known to do that from time to time. Alright, so let's gonna go ahead. Let's test out our brand new throwing spear on this here Myrmidon. And whip it at his head. That is a considerable jump in power. Actually, we don't need the big one. Let's just use the regular javelin. Although there is an archer there. Is he going to move up and absolutely pwn me? That's a longbow. I think it's weak as heck. 15 and 9 is 24. And minus her 12 defense. She'll take 12 from that bow. Not the biggest problem in the world. But that's alright. Let's go ahead and lob this here spear at that silly swordman. And she'll be able to counter at any distance with this guy. Except for that longbow, of course, because extra range. But these guys are wearing these weird orange outfits. Not sure what that's all about. Although Tanith did mention not knowing who these people are. She didn't recognize them. Luck and resistance, that's pretty good. I'll take more strength any day, too. So now she's not slowed down by... Actually, she wasn't slowed down by it before, but now she definitely isn't. She can almost use that steel lance without any speed loss. That's pretty cool. Get Marsha up here into the fray as well. Javelin for her. And we have Volk open up one of these here treasure chests. So now, as I mentioned, Gatry is on the map. And we can re-recruit him if we get up there to talk to him with Ike. So we're going to go ahead and do that as quick as possible. Now, these random guys... Now, here's the other trouble, too, with this map, is that we have these generic dudes that are serving as the guard of this ship, and they're, let's just say, less than adequate. Gatry's really good, obviously. He'll be able to take hits like nobody's business, but I don't think he moves very far, if at all. He's here to defend Astrid. Now, who's Astrid? She is a bow knight, and she's level 1. Yeah. But she does come with this really nifty skill called Paragon, so she gets double XP from everything, which is really nice. So if you plan on using her, she levels up very quickly, but as you can see, her base stats make that very difficult to give her any meaningful experience on the battlefield. More than likely, if you plan on using Astrid, you're going to need to give her bonus experience at the base. I probably will not be using her, simply because I think she ends up being kind of okay if you take the time to train her. She's not exemplary as a unit is concerned, so I generally don't bother with her, unfortunately. She's not bad. There's no such thing as a bad, like, Cavalier unit in this game, but compared to the rest of the guys you get, she's just not quite as good. And you're better off using Oscar and Kieran and Titania instead. I guess the logic is that you could just use all of them if you really wanted to, and there's certainly some merit to that idea, but... And she also has the worst weapon type, which is bows. You might as well just get... I think when you promote her to a paladin, you can pick a different weapon type to give her, but... Who is this? Oh, is that King Kilvis? Yep, that is Nasala, the King of Kilvis. Tell me, Walker. That guy looks familiar, doesn't he? Aren't you happy to see me? Now we're being attacked by a squad of Pegasus Knights. Well, that's what happens when you're an evil jackwagon. We're flying no flags. We've stripped our armor of any crests. They should have no clue who we are. Why are they attacking us? Why? What else kind of ship would it be? You moron? Your feather-brained lackey. Call it a miscommunication. I love it. Nasala, by the way, if you can't tell, is an incredibly crafty individual. Such unkind words. I would never intentionally lie to you. And what would it cost me this time? Be receiving my own royal assistance. Oh god. Triple rates. Wow. So much gold. We can defer payment, but... Interest. Yeah, he's talking about interest payments. That's hilarious. I wouldn't seek your aid if the world were burning down around me. Nasala is an incredibly crafty individual. I actually like him quite a bit as a character. There's a lot of really good characters in this game. Let's put it that way. Like, I'm hard-pressed to find any that really aren't compelling in one way or another. This is why I like this one so much. There's so many good characters in it. And there's very few just, like, bland, boring ones. There are a couple, I'll freely admit. Every game, unfortunately, in the series has some less than adequate characterizations, but this is one of the better ones, in my opinion. That soldier is getting absolutely messed up. And here, this guy's attacking Astrid. Oh, jeez. Yeah, if you don't get to her quick, she dies real fast. As you can see, she can take a hit, maybe. After that, she just gets absolutely melted. So we're going to go ahead and get her taken care of as quickly as we can. Did I kill that guy? I wasn't even paying attention. Holy smack. No, he's double hitting me. Okay, never mind. some reason I'm like, did she double a guy? And like, there's no way. Not with 10 speed. She's not doubling anybody. And here comes the Ravens. So the interesting thing about the Ravens on this particular map is that they are actually non-aggressive. They will walk around, and they actually can loot the treasure chests, and that's what they will go for first. But they will not actually attack your guys unless they are themselves are directly attacked, which is kind of neat. But because they're thieves, you kind of want to kill them as quick as you can, because they'll take all your free loot. You don't want that. And here we have these absolutely garbage soldiers coming in and trying to help out. Well, I guess they got one. They got a kill. That's great. I guess their default is to try to use range. Well, look at that. Gatry just absolutely smacks that archer around. Speaking of Gatry, let's go ahead and recruit him. And I'm actually gonna have Ike go up here to provide a little more blockage just in case. Blockage? That sounds horrible. Talk to Gatry. Well, if it isn't Ike. Oh wait, you don't actually recruit Gatry talking to him with Ike. You gotta talk to him with Astrid. My employer is far more charming. From the sound of it, it must be a young lady. Yep. I'd hate to have to slay you after all we've been through. Nothing more awkward than having to kill a friend because of his poor taste in employers. Something tells me he's got first-hand experience with that. Let's finish this together. Sounds good. Yeah, so you don't actually recruit Gatry with Ike, and you do it with Astrid, so... In that case... Why don't we go ahead and... I can't undo the turn, unfortunately. That's alright. We're just going to go ahead and wait here with Ike, then. And Astrid is... Where'd she go? She's over here. She healed herself up. Okay, so she's out of the way for the time being. Let's have Marcia pick off this mermaid. Oh, she can't. Not with a javelin, anyway. Iron Lance? Not quite. Steel Lance. That would work, right? Yeah, totally. And then she can Canto her way right out of there. That'll level up? Yes! Okay, not the best level up for Marcia, but I'll take it. We're going to go ahead and park her over here for now. This halberdier, neither of these halberdiers moves, I think. They're just guarding the planks. And notice that longbowman didn't attack last turn, did he? So I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and park Jill here and have her run her lance through this guy's face. Wow. Glad I made that lance, because it's just strong enough. We're going to go ahead and park her right here. And have her whip this spear at the hand axe guy. Probably should heal her, actually. It's a really cool looking green. I like that a bit, actually. It matches her wyvern, too. I like that a lot. It's like neon green, but still works. Alright. So yeah, Jill's already proving to be really good. She just doubled a guy with 10 speed, I just realized. That's pretty awesome. We're actually going to move her down a little bit so she can get some healing, because I don't want her getting picked off by that longbowman. And we'll have Mia run up and clear the deck here a little bit. Iron Sword is adequate. We don't need to waste this forged one. Oh, pff, almost a level up. That would have been nice. Okay, let's have Soren come in then. Actually, can Ilyana pick one of these guys off? She can probably take care of that archer, right? Oh, easily. Yeah. Bye-bye, archer, man. Like I said, I like Ilyana quite a bit. I can't really explain why I like her, to be completely honest with you. She's... In terms of her combat potential, she's generally inferior to Soren in almost every way in this game, except for strength. She has a very competent strength growth, so she's weighed down less by bigger tomes. And the Thunder tomes are definitely the heaviest ones in the game. And Soren specializes in wind because it's the lightest, and he doesn't have the strength to offset it. But Soren generally is much faster and has much more magic than Ileana. He's just a better combat unit, and he comes built in with that adept skill, which is really, really good. So in the long run, generally Soren's just better, but I can't really explain why I like Ileana so much. I just like using her. I will say she is the only unit in the game that can use the maximum level lightning magic. And you actually don't get the uber wind magic in this game at all. You don't get it until the next one. The only one you get in this game is the ultimate lightning magic. And again, only Ileana can use it. So maybe that's why I like using her. I want to be able to use that tome. It's not, like, super essential that I use the tome or anything. It's not like it's, you know, uber awesome or anything, but it is really fun to use. We're gonna go ahead and... Where can I put Nephany? She can go... Not enough to block that chest from the birds there, but I could always just kill them and they'll drop it when I do that, so... Let's just have Nephany take out this soldier then. She can do it just enough with her Dauntless Lance. Dauntless is such a cool name. Or, like, just a cool word in general. Now I'm just being a weirdo. Okay, so that's that taken care of. I love that the halberdiers and soldiers in this game have, like, little bucklers on their arm. It's actually really, really nice. They don't actually make use of them, really, but it's a really cool accent on their characters. I could let that guy attack me and then finish him off with somebody weaker next turn. That also chokes the point, so nobody can get through here, so let's do that. I'm going to use Mist to heal up Jill. Now, I don't think those Ravens try to go for the defense point. I think they much prioritize looting treasure and stuff. They can't quite make it there anyway, even if they did, so... But I think that can actually happen, so I gotta be careful for that. Just in case. Because these pathetic green guys are not going to do an adequate job of holding the line here, as you might imagine. Yep, let this guy attack me, and thankfully, unless I crit, I won't kill him, so I can save that 1 HP to pick off a promoted halberdier. That should be a boatload of XP for Jill, probably. Okay, now what? Soldier coming in for Marcia. Interesting exchange there. And here we go. Oh, geez, they're going for... They actually are attacking. Okay. I was laboring under the misinformation that they did not attack you. Okay, yep. Apparently that's just, I don't know. Oh, you know what it is? Eventually what happens is Nisala says, hey guys, we're peacing out. Wow, nice crit. I love that animation. Eventually what Nisala will be like, he's like, hey, we're leaving, and loot all the treasure you can on the way out, and then they just peace out and ignore you and just grab the treasure. So they're not doing that yet. They still are in aggressive behavior for the time being, but that will change in a couple of turns, I believe. Interesting. Oh, don't you take my kill. Oh, good. He's gonna miss. I don't think you could have killed him anyway, because Ravens are a little tougher than they look. Okay, yeah, he's not gonna kill him. Stupid green units. Gatry, however, probably is gonna mess this guy up. Not quite kill him, though, I don't think, unless he doubles for some random reason. Nope, not quite. Okay, so now what we need to do... Where's Astrid? Why is she all the way over here? Alright, well, that's problematic. Let's go ahead and have Volk loot this chest real quick. I think, if I have him sit here... Nope, okay, so we're gonna have him go right on the edge. A Lagoo's Axe. Interesting. Okay, so Ike can't make it over to Astrid this turn because she decided to run the heck away. don't know why. We're going to go ahead and put Ike all the way over here as far as we can to talk to her next turn. Crazy lady walking away and stuff. Alright, so Jill's going to get the kill on the promoted halberdier. Now this is a little weird. So I technically am right next to the guy right here, as you can see. But I can only attack him with ranged weapons because I'm lower than the plank, which is a little weird, right? So even though I'm technically in the square right next to him, I still have to throw ranged weapons at him. Which isn't that big of a deal because I can still do it, but it cuts into her hit rate a bit. So why don't I pick off that throw first? Hand axe doesn't quite do it. A regular axe probably would. Let's put Boyd over here. And see if we can take down this sucker. Not quite. Steel axe it is. Unless I miss. That would be unfortunate. There we go. Not quite a level for Kieran, but almost. He starts out a little shaky, but he does get much better, I promise. So we're going to go and pick off that halberdier with Jill. As one does. I think Slim Lance is accounted for in this. Oh, there we go. That's plenty of damage. Only got 1 hit point left anyway. This maximizes my hit rate. There we are. And then down goes that guy. Ooh, speed and defense. Alright, and magic again? What in the world? It's so bizarre. At any rate, we're going to go ahead and actually take a break for right now, and we'll continue this chapter in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching up to this point. I really do appreciate it. And we will resume in the next episode with the remainder of Chapter 13 and progress onward from there, as you might imagine. So thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. As I said, if you haven't already, please leave a like and a subscribe, or a comment if you'd like to. And I will see you next time. So until then, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.